Okay, record. And where's my thing? There it is. Okay, here's some more sample problems. Get a little more difficult. Here's y, oops. Natural log of x squared times x cubed minus 4x to the 1/2. How about that? So this is still ln of u. So the derivative is going to be 1 over u times the derivative of the goop inside. And I see a product rule problem and then also a chain rule kind of thing there. So, and you've done derivatives like this before without the natural log function. So the derivative is going to be 1 over u x cubed minus 4x to the 1/2 times the derivative of the goop inside. So I'll do the power or the product rule. Derivative of the first. Well, let's put a big bracket. Let's do that again. So we're going to have a big sum here. 2x times the second all to the 1/2 plus the first one times the derivative of the second one. 1/2 times x cubed minus 4x to the minus 1/2 times the derivative of the goop in there. You always got to remember the inner goop of 3x squared minus 4. And that beautiful piece of art is the derivative of that thing. So again, I did 1 over this, it's down here. And then I did the product rule, took the derivative of x squared, so that gives me a 2x, times this, it stayed alone, stayed the way it was, plus this one stays the same, and I do the derivative of the second one. The 1/2 came out front, right here. And then all of this to the n minus 1, so 1/2 minus 1 gives me a negative 1/2, times we got to do the derivative of the stuff inside here because we already did the derivative of the outside part. So that's derivative of x cubed is 3x squared. The derivative of minus 4x is minus 4. Boom. Okay, let's try another. Oh, this one's going to be fun. You are going to like this one. Okay, where's my cursor? Hello, cursor. There you are. Okay, y equals natural log of 4x minus 1 over x cubed. So now I can see this is a natural log of u, and the derivative in here, I'm going to use a quotient rule. You could change this and do the product rule. I'll do it both ways. It'll be twice the fun then. So y equals 1 over 4x minus 1 over x cubed. We'll deal with that later. Times the derivative of this. So this is high over ho. So the rule is ho-de high minus high-de ho over ho squared. Ho times d high, derivative of the top is 4, minus high d ho, derivative of the bottom, all over the bottom squared. And we can simplify this. Recall when you have a fraction like this, if I have 1 over 1/7, one way I can simplify this is turn this to a 1. I can multiply by 7 over 7. 7 times 1/7 will give me 7. When you have a fraction in the denominator, you can flip it and stick it into the numerator. So this is equivalent to that. So likewise, down here, I can simplify this as x cubed over 4x minus 1 times all of this beautiful stuff. Let's see, 4x cubed minus, I'll put the 3x squared in front, all over x cubed squared, multiply the exponents, x to the 6th. We can do some cancellation there. We're not going to be able to do any cancellation here. Okay, now if I do it with the product rule, ln of 4x minus 1 times x to the minus 3. All of this is inside the logarithmic function. Well, if you recall, oh, and we could have done it over here too. But anyway, so if you recall, when we're multiplying things together inside a logarithmic function, we can split this up as ln of 4x minus 1 plus ln of x to the minus 3. That's one of those logarithmic function rules that we showed in the first video of this playlist. Now the derivative is going to be 1 over this, which is going to be 1 over 4x minus 1 times the derivative of the goop inside here. So that just gives me a 4. Plus, this will be 1 over x to the minus 3 times the derivative of the goop inside. All of this is inside the logarithmic function, so that would give me a minus 3x to the minus 4th. Or keep in mind, you could have written this as minus 3 times ln x. That would be a smart move, and then the derivative would just be minus 3 over x. And when we simplify this thing, that's what we're going to get, minus 3 over x. So this is 4 over 4x minus 1 plus, oops, sorry, boop, minus 3 over x. Wow, that really looks different there. So let me show you though. We could have, let me grab a box and get rid of that. And get rid of that. Edit, cut. Could have written, oh, we got to get rid of the box. I could have written this as y equals natural log of 4x minus 1 minus natural log of x cubed. That would have been a really smart thing to do, and then we don't have to use the quotient rule. And we could also go one step further, ln of 4x minus 1 minus 3 times ln x. So if we apply the rules of logarithms, these are much, much easier to do. If we don't and we do it the hard way, like I did it the first time with the quotient rule, those are all doable. It's just we end up with a really, really ugly expression that we have to try to simplify. So splitting it up into individual logarithms makes this a whole lot easier to do, but not the only way to do it. Okay, we'll end this video here. We'll look at some more in a bit.